this season we harvested over, I don't know, out of the 2 pear trees we got about 10 buckets maybe of pear, and we made some jams already, filled up all the jars, and we still have more left to maybe cook something. First, we have to let out the chickens. Good morning to you too. Hello there. Who wants to go out and enjoy the freedom? And they off to the races. Is there anything? Oh, we got a couple eggs. The lady's working hard. Now that we are back inside, you will need to grab a few things. You will need a bit of flour. That will be about 1 glass. You also need a bowl in which we will cut our fruits. In this case, it will be pears, and I chose about 2 liters in size. That's how much we want to fill it up for this size of a tin. And you also will need some sugar. It's not gonna be enough, but we need about half a glass of sugar, and we also need semolina, and we'll use 1 glass of this. Yeah, so 1 glass semolina, 1 glass of flour, half a glass of sugar, and that mixed up all in a bowl, and this will be our dry matter, a base, what we will put in our tin, and then put all the cut fruits inside. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, if you're wondering what is the sound in the background, that's our dryer, where we're drying our pear. Look at that. Lovely pear. It takes a lot of time, just because we have so much water in there in them. This is already 24 hours. But yeah, this is about 1.5 buckets of pear. It'll be about half a kilo of dried fruits. So yeah, we finished cutting our pear. We prepared it. It's about 2 liters. We want to prepare our dry mix, and for that you need another bowl actually. So let's get that. You want to grab a glass, and you want about 1 glass of flour, just like this. And if you wonder how big is this glass, because it might be really big, this would be about 175 grams of flour. Then you want semolina, which can't be opened unfortunately. Okay, 1 semolina, and that would be same amount, but in grams that would be about 230 grams actually. And then only half a glass of sugar, because you want to be healthy. That would be about 140 grams of sugar, and we just mix it up all together and we have our base. after you got your dry mix ready, you wanna oil the tin. For that we'll be using a little bit of butter, rubbing it in the tin until I see everywhere nicely covered in oil. Don't forget the sides so they won't get sticky. Leave the butter for a minute, we will still gonna need it. Now we are ready to do the base. So normally how I do it, there's two ways to do this. You can do a layered method where you're basically doing the base, not too thick of a layer there, and then you follow it by with the apples, and then all over again the dry mix and the apples or pears, to keep alternating until you run out of both. You want to finish with the top layer of the dry mix. So there's two methods. You can do like this, or you can do a more simpler method, basically splitting all your dry mix, putting half of it at the base so you have a stronger base, and then putting all of your fruits in there and finishing up top of the dry mix. So in this case we're gonna do with a more simpler method, because when you're using pears they are a bit more juicy and I want to have that thicker base. Quite nice. When you think you're ready, then you just pour all the fruits on top, all spread out nicely. Also, don't forget to preheat your oven. What you want is 175 degrees Celsius, and bake it for about 45 minutes, but that also depends on your oven. If you have a fan, it might be a bit quicker. You can add some cinnamon if you like that, to give that extra flavor. As I said, it's a really simple recipe, only a few ingredients, and finishing up with the last layer, a top layer. When this is done and ready, there's only one step. Put some butter on top. Some people use the spray. You can use the spray oil to cover the top. Why we're doing this is so we don't have a very floury and grainy top, so it can cook a bit better. What I do normally, I grab a cheese slicer and you get your butter. You also can use knife, that's also quite simple. So you slice it like this, try to get all the area covered. It might be a little bit tedious job, but I found a slicer to be one of the quicker ways. Voila! So yeah, cooking time. When you think that the cake is ready, you can give a little check by putting a little toothpick. Got a toothpick, put it in. You see a little crumbles, it means it needs a little bit more time to cook. So for another 5 minutes. And after that, you are free to try your harvest. If you enjoyed the cake, let me know in your comments.